I thought I'd share a little story from yesterday and show you these people. So I was on the bus yesterday to Brighton, and these two here. It's quite a good picture of him, isn't it? A good picture of him. He's got an ex-military look about him. He's got that kind of military look. I don't know, it's just something about some people you can just kind of tell. So I was on the bus, and they obviously sat next to me. It was a very busy bus, so it's kind of been assigned the seats. And they're having directed conversation, you know. Both of them are talking about all kind of things relating to my life. You know how it goes. You know how this operates. These people operate. So they're doing this, and then she takes a phone call. Old fucking turtleneck there. Takes a phone call. And the guy on the phone is Australian. He's Australian, and his name's Kevin, which is very interesting. I won't go into that, but again, it pertains to a part of my life, you know, it pertains to my life that they're keeping watch at all times, that she's speaking to this Australian guy called Kevin on the phone, and she's got it on loudspeaker. The bus is full, and she's got her phone on loudspeaker taking this call, and poor old Kevin in Australia, you know, he's telling her about how he's hurt his finger, how he's damaged his finger, and his finger's in a terrible state, and he's having to go to hospital to get stitches on his finger. I'll just add this in, that my daughter, when she was little, her finger got trapped in a door by an adult on purpose. This is on purpose. I'll go into that story another time and how it relates to my earlier life and something that I accidentally did to another child, but they then played out the situation using my child, and jammed her finger, shut her finger in a door, causing it to be. She had to have an operation to reattach her finger, basically. So this is what this Kevin was saying on the phone to her, on loudspeaker, on the phone. You know, he's obviously, you know, instead of going to A&E in Australia, poor old Kevin thought to phone fucking turtleneck on the bus here and tell her about his terrible accident with his finger. You know, that was his main priority, was phoning these pair of daft fucks to tell them about his finger. So anyway, again, it relates to my life. And then as they got off the bus, they eventually moved. I kept saying out loud, you know, gang stalkers, just randomly, to kind of piss them off, because I knew what they were doing, pair of freaks. They got off the bus, and they made sure they got off at the same stop as me. And as they got off, we were standing in the street, you know, and they're walking in front of me. It's really, really busy. Again, they kind of block your way, so you have to overhear these things. And she says, you know, it's clear, it's very clear that their mental health is so very, very poor. Again, directed towards me. So I just turned to them and I said, it's such a shame that two disgusting old people would gang stalk like you do, and stared them right in the face, and they couldn't even meet my eye, you know, they wouldn't even look at me or look me in the eye. A pair of fucking cowards, the two of them. So there you go, there's their faces to see. Again, the whole mental health thing being played out, you know, it never fails to amuse me that all these people, random people that I don't know, walk past me in the street and like to talk about mental health and how mad I am, you know. It's almost as though they're trying to kind of convince themselves, because you're not going to convince me. You know, you're really just verifying what I already know about what's happening around me. You know, I don't I don't have any suspicion that I have poor mental health. I know that I don't. I know I see very, very fucking clearly. So the fact that all these random people around me try to convince me, I mean, the irony being that their mental health, that these people choose to take part in such disgusting things that they do, it says everything about their mental health. And you're never going to convince me. You know, I can see you for what you are, turtleneck. I can see you both for what you are and exactly what it is that you're doing. Look at her pointing there. Pointing. I was in Brighton, like I said, and I had people pointing at me all day. Well, so many of these retards in when you go to a big city. But there you go. I thought I'd just show your faces, and anyway, take care. God bless. Lots of love. Bye.